What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you know me, you know I am not about that chaotic, stressful gamer life. I like to kick back, relax, and just vibe. And today we are doing exactly that in a game called Loot Simulator on Roblox. If you've had a long day at school or you just want to turn your brain off and watch some satisfying progress, you are in the perfect place. Grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's dive right into this peaceful masterpiece. Alright, so what is Loot Simulator? The name pretty much gives it away. You spawn into this bright, beautiful world and your only job is to collect loot. No monsters chasing you, no players trying to fight you, just pure uninterrupted collecting. You run around gathering coins and gems, filling up your backpack. When your backpack is full, you head over to the sell zone, cash in, and watch your money go up. It is incredibly satisfying. This brings me to a really important point. A lot of people think Roblox is only about intense battle games, horror games, or crazy obbies that make you want to rage quit. But honestly, Roblox is one of the best platforms out there for just chilling out. There are thousands of peaceful, simulator-style games like this one where you can just set your own pace. If you haven't played Roblox because you thought it was too chaotic, games like Loot Simulator will completely change your mind. Once you get enough coins, the real fun begins. You can upgrade your gathering tools to collect loot faster and upgrade your backpack so you don't have to run back to base every 2 minutes. But my absolute favorite part, unlocking the new zones. Check out this new area we just opened up. The map design in this game is so clean, and every time you unlock a new area, the loot drops get better and the scenery gets even cooler. It really makes the grind feel worth it. And the best part is, you can just put on your favorite playlist or a podcast in the background while you play. Roblox is honestly such a great creative outlet and stress reliever. Whether you're building a house in another game or just collecting gems here, it's a massive community where you can just exist and have fun without any pressure. Now, we can't talk about a Roblox simulator without talking about the pets. Over here we have the eggs. You use your hard-earned gems or coins to hatch these guys, and they aren't just for show. These pets actually give you massive multipliers. So my strategy for you guys, don't just spend all your money on backpacks. Make sure you're balancing your upgrades with hatching eggs. A good pet will speed up your peaceful grinding journey so much. At them go, we are basically a walking loot magnet now. It's just so rewarding to see how far you can progress from where you started, all at your own pace. Well guys, I think that's going to do it for today's relaxing session of Loot Simulator. If you're someone who avoids chaotic, stressful games like I do, I highly recommend downloading Roblox and giving this game a try. It's free, it's fun, and it is the ultimate way to unwind. If you enjoyed this chill vibe, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It lets me know you want to see more peaceful games just like this one. Let me know in the comments what your favorite zone or pet is if you decide to play. People don't get to realize I'm human just like them. I go through struggles like them, I experience frustrations, I even have emotions like them. For my passion of gaming, I like to think that racing is the primary genre for me to fit in. I grew up with Hot Wheels when I was a kid like many other people around the globe. It was a special kind of time for me. And you know, I'm just a proficient racer like a lot of other people out there. Well, for the more arcadey racing games, that is. But for said games, I've grown to have an affinity to them because it's what I mainly live for. Even Pokemon in my eyes can't beat the sheer excitement that is racing games once you actually get into them. And others just assume that racing games are pretty much dead at this point in time. But I don't even believe that to be 100% true. It's something that is just really hard to learn about the truth of these games. It's a tough pill to swallow when you're so invested into them. The fact that year after year we get racing games, the more arcadey side of it has a lot of failures in hindsight. The arcadey side of the genre has been a low point for many years now, and I like to believe that there is still stuff that people don't really understand. And what I very much understand is that, you know, everyone's not going to have the same opinions about what others like. Someone likes that particular thing, someone else doesn't think so. It's just a habit of knowing that racing games isn't everybody's cup of tea. Everyone has their own personal preferences about what they like for gaming. Everyone likes playing Call of Duty, Fortnite, or just basically any kind of first-person shooter. While those games are alright with me, they don't hold a candle to racing games in my honest opinion. Those kinds of people may have a racing game or two in their library, but don't play it that much, and to me it's like, why keep that in your library in the first place if you're gonna play this or this much more over that? That's why I always make sure that my well-spent money and time on these kinds of games don't go to waste. I want to make them worthy additions to my library, and I do want to play them with other people no matter their skill level. I don't mind playing with randoms, though they can be annoying sometimes. Any new racing game I play, I just learn from experience. Figure out the optimal racing line for the shortest overall time per lap, trying to perfect that line and making sure that no major mistakes happen. You gotta develop your skills for it in some way, shape, or form. It's not like you'll be the ultimate master at it. I mean, everyone meets their match sooner or later. That's all the more reason for me to aim as high as I possibly can and show the world what I'm made of. I very well understand that racing games can get boring and you can just mindlessly play through it, but the thing is that you should never lose your focus. Train yourself to be a better driver and learn how the game works is what I'm saying. Experimenting and finding your own techniques allows you to discover something new. Most of the racing games I play are just getting easy for me because I played them so very much over the years. Simulation racing games are alright for me, but I found myself being part of the arcade side. That's not to say I don't like simulation racers, it's just a personal preference of mine. Simulation racers like Forza, Gran Turismo, Grid, and even one-off games like Assetto Corsa that Hexami sunk tons of hours into, they're decent for me. I don't find them to be bad games myself. It's just you'll barely see me playing them if at all. Need for Speed, to an extent, is also kinda like a simulation, but more on the arcade side for the majority of the games. And that's the series that has got so popular yet so divided over the years to the point where people just want another Burnout game. Now don't get me wrong, Need for Speed is cool and all, but I personally don't think it holds a candle to Burnout. Those are basically a few arcade racing game series that first come to mind when you think about this side of the genre. Every arcade racing series has their own fair share of mainstays. Burnout has boost and speeding through traffic. Need for Speed has the same deal except there can be cops involved. Flat Out can be seen as a more demolition racer where your driver flies out of the car, and many more out there. Monster Jam, Rush, so on and so forth. The Hot Wheels video game series can vary a lot, from freestyling in the air to weaponized racing, to driving on actual Hot Wheels tracks and even a bit of car combat thrown in there. Regardless, that series seems to always be focused on cool cars racing each other. When it comes to choosing what we want, we can see exactly what we're looking for. Sometimes the racing games you play might not be exactly what you think it is. It could still be racing, but something else entirely. Whether it's a good or bad thing is up to you to decide. Don't let other people's thoughts about the racing games you play stop you from spending time on them more and coming to your own conclusion about them, whether it'd be an individual one-off racer or a game from a popular series. The choice is yours, you know. This applies to any other type of video game series, including Pokémon. Sometimes criticism can be a good thing for the game to get better. Developers actually try to make it the best it can possibly be through updates nowadays. As for other games in the racing genre like motorcycles, planes, buggies, aircraft, trucks, ATVs, snowmobiles, you know, the other forms of transportation, those can vary for my tastes. I could be interested in them, you never know. It's all a matter of getting into them and seeing them through for what they're worth. Never know that a racing game you're playing could become one of your favorites, and one of your favorite video games of all time, even if you never played them yourself or watched other people play. Everyone has got to have at least one favorite racing game or series in their own lives, right? Cars are important to me, and I just like tinkering with how they look, perform, and even get artistic to make them the best looking for my friends, whether it'd be Dale, Jeffforce, or basically any person I know. Alright, so if you've ever played a simulator before, you might hear the word rebirth and immediately panic. In a lot of chaotic games, rebirthing means losing everything and having to aggressively grind to get back to where you were. But in Loot Simulator, they handle it so beautifully. When you max out your current levels, you can choose to rebirth. Yes, your coins reset, but you gain a permanent multiplier and some exclusive rebirth tokens. And honestly, going back through the early zones with a massive boost is incredibly satisfying. It takes all the pressure off. You're just coasting through, watching those numbers fly up effortlessly. Alright, so if you've ever played a simulator before, you might hear the word rebirth and immediately panic. In a lot of chaotic games, rebirthing means losing everything and having to aggressively grind to get back to where you were. But in Loot Simulator, they handle it so beautifully. When you max out your current levels, you can choose to rebirth. Yes, your coins reset, but you gain a permanent multiplier and some exclusive rebirth tokens. And honestly, going back through the early zones with a massive boost is incredibly satisfying. It takes all the pressure off. You're just coasting through, watching those numbers fly up effortlessly. At how fast we are moving now. This is why I keep telling people to give Roblox a try. The progression systems in these casual games are designed to reward you, not stress you out. It's the perfect loop for a cozy afternoon. Welcome to the Candy Coast, everybody. This is the second major zone, and I just have to take a second to appreciate the art design here. The developers on Roblox are honestly so talented. Look at the chocolate rivers and the gummy bear trees. The loot here consists of peppermints, jelly beans, and chocolate bars. It just makes you feel happy running around here. When you play games that are visually bright and cheerful like this, it legitimately puts you in a better mood. It's a fantastic escape from a busy, noisy world. See if we can get a Candy Coast pet while we are here. Come on, give me something good. Yes, an epic marshmallow bunny. See, it's little moments of joy like this that make this game so great. Now, I want to show you guys a little secret that I stumbled across. A lot of players just rush to get the best gear, but if you take your time and explore, you find hidden gems like this. This is the Zen Garden. There's actually no loot in here. No coins, no gems. It is purely an area the developers put in for players to just sit AFK away from keyboard and relax, listen to the water. Sometimes I just park my avatar on this bench, leave the game running on my second monitor, and do my homework or read a book. Roblox gets a reputation for being non-stop action, but it has these beautiful quiet pockets of peace if you just look for them. If you want to take a break from running around, Loot Simulator recently added a fishing mechanic. And before you ask, no, it's not a complicated timing-based minigame where the fish gets away and frustrates you. You literally just cast your line, sit back and wait for a bubble. Click once and boom, you catch treasure chests, rare gems, or even aquatic pets. It is the definition of low effort, high reward. If you are trying to convince your friends to play Roblox with you but they aren't gamers, introduce them to this. Anyone can do it, and it's a great way to just sit in a voice call with your friends, catching fish and talking about your day. Have finally made it to one of the latest zones in the game, the Neon Galaxy. The contrast here from the rest of the game is stunning. You have this dark, peaceful void of space, mixed with these bright, satisfying neon colors. The loot here is stardust and meteorites. Because of our rebirth multipliers and our awesome pets, we're collecting millions of coins every few seconds. It feels amazing to reach this point without ever having to fight a single boss or compete against another player. Look around, everyone is just doing their own thing. Sometimes people will stop and trade pets or just say hi in the chat. It's a very wholesome community. Roblox connects millions of people globally, and finding a peaceful community like this is what gaming is all about. To wrap things up today, I just want to remind you guys that gaming doesn't always have to be about winning, competing, or having the fastest reflexes. Sometimes it's just about having a safe, relaxing space to unwind. Loot Simulator provides exactly that. If you've been on the fence about Roblox, take this as your sign to make an account. Jump in, explore the Candy Coast, catch some fish, and hatch some cute pets. It is completely free and it runs on almost any device: phones, tablets, PCs, consoles. It's incredibly accessible. If you made it this far into the video, you are an absolute legend. Drop a cherry blossom emoji in the comments so I know who the real chill gamers are. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to take a deep breath, drink some water, and take care of yourselves. Hit that subscribe button for more zero-stress gaming content. I'll see you all in the next one. Please like and subscribe. Bye. Okay guys, now you can enjoy my potato gaming.